guys, it's 3:48 p.m. I'm currently starting my next vlog, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Pool time! I just rolled in my phone. Hey guys, what is up? I'm over here. Dinner's not so much. Crap. Bye. I got busted. I'm not the only one down here. Crap. That's okay. Whatever. It's still hot. So. Just clap their hands, applause, ready to go. Much better. Now, to just go in, and yeah, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go swim for a bit, and then I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye! I better get in before I go.
Jammed so many times without hurting his back.
He wasn't. That's why. Have you seen him walking lately? No, I mean, Bobby was in great shape.
Hey guys, what is up? Let's go to the shower. Did my hair, about toasted dinner, and dinner. Life's good. See you in a bit. Bye.
Boys, we had a meeting today, and we all overruled Hurd, and we're re-signing you for another year. And I fucking threw my bag down, and Stan drops his bag, and I'm like, fuck. And he's what? I've never seen this, response when I say we're going to sign a guy for a six-figure contract. I said, Wahoo, we were looking forward to leaving. We've got to cover this fucking guy. And now, we can't turn down this much money, so we got to stay. Thank you very much. And then, of course, Hurd a couple weeks later in Indianapolis brings us our contracts in a manila envelope, walks down the hall. I see him coming. He walks up and hands it to me, and his first words were, I was against this. And my response was, we were too. So that was why the Midnight Express almost became members of the Four Horsemen.
Listen to this. Boston, Massachusetts, at the Boston Garden on July the 8th. Less than 5. And we get there and we check in and we find the Boston Garden and we work, and that's the night, by the way, that Dr. Death took issue with Jimmy Garvin with the chair. I've told that, Samantha. Should I tell it again here just for context?
Yes, absolutely.
Not only were the Freebirds not selling for the Midnight Express, but when we'd have six-mans where it would be Hayes and Gordy and Garvin against the Midnight and Dr. Death, the only person that would sell for any of us was Gordy. The one guy who shouldn't really be selling, but he was the guy who was selling, and Doc got pissed. So this night in the Boston Garden in front of this shitty house, all the way up north, where none of us know anything about what the fuck's going on, nor care to be at that point, we shine a little bit with a couple of high spots, and then plus they pretty much ignore me because if I'm a baby face, so I shouldn't interfere. But if I try, Dennis goes to throw the fucking barbecue out the window, what's left of it, basically just the bones and some sauce, and the wind catches it, and it flies back, and it looks like somebody sprayed me with a machine gun. And in the dark, it looks like I've been bloody and shot, and Bobby starts puking at that. One time, he puked when I did the same thing with Kentucky Fried Chicken gravy, and threw it out the window, and it came back on my hand, and Stan said, look at that, Bobby, doesn't that look like baby shit? And he started puking even though he knew it was gravy, and I'd just been eating it. So yeah, Bobby has a very weak stomach, and you can make him just, if you fart on him, he'll puke. it just, any kind of horrible noise or disgusting sound or smell, or even sometimes the idea of saying will make Bobby just.
Championship Wrestling, Sweet Stanley was first introduced as a new member of the Midnight Express. To make it official, you came out to the podium and cut a promo to explain everything. During this promo, without mentioning his name, you basically buried Dennis Condrey as the Midnight Express's weak link who needed to be replaced. My questions about this are, one,
I was like, what the fuck happened?
8:30.
After the match,
8:12
even with the
p.m.
headgear, after the match the night before, he'd gone in the room and he's looking in the
Freezing my
mirror, and
booty
every
off.
time he wrinkles his forehead, his
Really
head
cold.
moves, but the rug doesn't. It's fucking, it's got loose.
Still
and
watching.
He popped a couple of stitches. And he basically took some
Wanna
manicure
know
scissors
what's
and
my
just
favorite
pulled the
wrestling
thing up
movies
and just
talk?
cut it off his fucking head.
3
And I
hours
guess
of
threw it
it.
away. We
It
never
doesn't
saw
do
it
any
again.
better than that. I
And once he
love
got
me
back and
some
got his hair
corny,
done
so
and got it washed and
heck yes.
conditioned
And
everything, he looked
a
fine
sort of
from
new
then on.
605 dropped
It was
yesterday, so I was
brutal
like,
time,
really
brutal
looking
time.
forward to that. I was kind of looking to forward to being Jim Cornette in the co-host chair, but it was held down.
I'm not gonna shorten it 'cause everybody knows
So I was slightly disappointed about that, but that's fine, whatever. And anywho's some what's it's, I'm going to chill for a bit.
Either a smoked sausage
And
or
I'm cutting
a
myself off,
toasted
so
heel
stay
bacon.
cold.
We don't know what to do.
And I look
So
rough right now, so that's why I have a filter
They
on.
get the
So
woman's
why
number, they
not?
call the woman.
I'm
Editors
exhausted.
of the Fabulous Ones from 1982 and 83 in Memphis up at the
So
funeral.
freaking cold.
your pictures?
Well, I don't know what pictures they said they had pictures because somebody went. One person went
You're wondering
undercover
what
to
this
see what was going to
is?
happen, right?
It's actually a layer of skin that got ripped off my
Well,
face
it's a
today.
good thing he was dead because honestly,
Because I
seriously, in
actually
some
had a
states,
skin
that would be
tag under my
considered
eye.
rape.
And it's quite sensitive under there still.
I'm not joking.
And I
If you
forgot to
pretend
tell
be
her about
someone
it.
else,
Well, but I don't think,
So, you know,
because
it's
he
my
was
fault,
pretending to be a
but
fucking
whatever.
fictitious character anyway,
It's a nice
supposedly.
little scratch
She
there.
didn't know whether all the wrestlers are fake. Anyway,
Hurts
being,
to touch, actually, to be
they
quite
did
honest
have the
with you.
pictures up, and they said he looked
But
nothing like
whatever.
Stan Lane. And that's why the family knew that this poor woman bought it, and she made. Apparently, when the newspaper finally called her, when all this
I
stuff had
get
been
the
sorted
shit
out
out
and called her for a
of me.
comment, she didn't want to say anything because she was
That's
just so
off, but if I
mortified
have
over
to
the
get
whole
up there,
thing, and
I'd
she
like
just
to
couldn't
know.
believe it.
But
Two
before
people
I
in the
got
wrestling
cut off,
business that I talk to on a semi-regular basis that have both been dead, Stan Lane and Jerry Lawler.
I have no idea what
Because I
the
told
hell I'm
Pollard
doing
when I saw him after the
next
heart
week. I
attack, I
think
saw
I'm
him
done
like
next
9
Wednesday.
months later. I said, Jerry, I want to thank
I
you for
kinda
what you did for me.
honestly-
He said, what? I said, you died. Scared me to death. I went on a diet.
I heard the woman was consoled by a fake Brian St. John.
I think I want to leave it a bit longer.
See if anyone out there gets that.
But with bangs this time.
I do
Brian
not.
St. John was
And
Stan's
then
first tag team partner
shave
in
under
Florida.
here.
Nature Boy Stanley Lane,
What do you guys
trained
think
by Ric
right now?
Flair in Flair's backyard, and Brian St. John.
This will be
and
up before I
they
get to
won.
heaven, so
Like shit, no fucking tan, flabby in a singlet, 22 years old. Was he 22 years old yet? Might have been just still 21. But he's 360 pounds, and I mean, you remember the Atlanta TV job guys of the time, and there were, for every Mike Jackson or George South that was a, polished pro worker, there was
so
tons
cold.
of guys who, were trying to live the dream and doing their best. But where else are you going to find grown men to get literally beaten up by the Road Warriors or stretched by Ronnie Garvin or chopped by Wahoo McDaniel or whatever, different every week. It knows he's only had 5 or 6 pro matches, but and the guy gets no offense in. He did a job for the Midnight Express. We beat him up. Tully gave him a slingshot suplex, but he saw the job he did, the way he moved, the way even his shit looked, and Dusty was creative, and he knew that, you can't teach size, but also this guy, I can tell the way he moves in the ring. I'm in Dusty's head. I can tell the way this guy moves in the ring. If he's 22 years old, here's going to be a big heel. And I got an idea. How can we bring this guy in and feature him, even though he doesn't really know what he's doing? He can be a bodyguard or somebody out of the ring. Who around here needs a bodyguard? Well, legitimately, I think who's supposed to be this badass guy. So he was a combination. Dusty just told him to be a bodyguard, and and bring a suit, right? And the first time he brought a suit, and I suggested across with the Peter Gunn music, you know, boom, 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 boom. And I said, get a hat, look a little gangsterish, or a little fucking Secret Service-ish, or a little whatever the fuck, and come up with that shit, and you know, and never smile, never fucking show any emotion, and sell nothing. That was obviously Dusty said don't sell anything. I said don't even smile. We just pitched in on shit, and then he could stand ringside with the Midnight Express, the two best heel workers in a company, and he can see.
Not in my vlog. See ya.